Alright, Shalom. Shalom. I want to give all praise to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai. We give double honors to the apostles and elders that rule a great millstone, and to you hopeful elect out there that's pushing this truth and sincerity, honesty, and faith. Keep faith, man. We're almost at the end. We're almost to go home, man. Hey, these prophecies are popping, man. Okay? The things that Babylon is falling. You got presidential candidates giving up the ghost, stumbling. Okay, bunch of these jokes, man, because this place is going out. The Most High is making this place a gazing stock, man. He's making the other nations to look at this place as being weak, and you got all types of other prophecies that are taking place between the earthquakes, the natural disasters that are taking place, and you got famines happening. So we're at the end of this thing. So I seen this. I'm gonna make this a quick video. I ain't gonna make it too long. But I was watching a TV show. I don't usually watch too much TV, but the TV had a show on, and it was dealing with this. It's called Polonium Halos, right? And it's pretty much disproving the theory of evolution, because Esau rides on that, because that's what he teaches at his school systems. And that's a part of that philosophy, man. That's a part of that defiled philosophy that he makes the world to drink of. Because what do you have? You have other nations that have to go to college, or they'll come over here and go to college, and they'll teach them that, and then they'll propagate that to their other places, man. Because they set the Esau's college standard is what's pushed throughout the world. That's why if you go to prestigious college, let's say in England somewhere, or in the United States, they're teaching the same thing. They're going after that same evolution theory, man. Okay? Because they know, but the elites know there is a God. But they'll teach to the other people that there isn't. And they'll try to disprove it by different theories, okay? So I've seen this, and I thought it was pretty interesting. So I'm going to play a little bit of the video, and I'll post it in the link. So if you brothers want to go and check the rest of it out, I mean, there's bones in there. Of course, you got to pick out bones because you're dealing with the devil. But the basis of their research is it has some it has a little bit of pull there, and I have some scriptures to back it up and to show that the Most High is showing himself in the earth, man. That his power is seen throughout all the earth. Okay, so let me play this, and I'm going to go through the scriptures, and Lord willing, you brothers are edified. Alright, here's the video.
Many theories attempt to picture just how and when our planet was formed. But until recently, there's been little hard evidence to go by. Now, however, a new discovery has thrust before the world a revolutionary model of our origins, forcing many scientists to consider the unthinkable. The startling new evidence is found deep beneath the earth, below layers of sedimentary rock down in its primordial stones, the granites. There, tiny bits of radioactive matter have formed what scientists call radio halos. They've left telltale traces, creating a discolored sphere around them. Scientists can identify precisely what kind of material caused these radio halos by measuring their sizes. One U.S. scientist, Dr. Robert Gentry, has examined more than 100,000 of these phenomena. Dr. Gentry has discovered a type of radio halo that just shouldn't be there. In fact, according to every basic principle of evolutionary theory, it just can't be there. It's impossible. But after years of vigorous experimenting and testing, there is now no doubt.
I have identified polonium radio halos in the Earth's basement granites from America, Canada, Scandinavia, Europe, Russia, Japan, and Madagascar. This is extraordinary because these polonium isotopes have a very fleeting existence. One type I've identified polonium-218, occurs for only a few minutes before decaying into something else. And yet this radioactive element has imprinted its identifying halo in solid granite, in particular in these pieces from the White Mountains in New Hampshire and from Neji in Japan. In granite, halos are found in this dark mineral called mica. The mica must be thinly sliced or peeled with tape and then mounted on a glass slide before halos can be observed. Animation helps us to understand the origin of the three-ring polonium-218 halo now seen under the microscope. The three sunburst patterns shooting out from the tiny center represent three different energy nuclear particles that were successively ejected from three different isotopes of polonium encased within the tiny center. The accumulated effects of millions of such particles discard the mineral around the center, thus producing three microscopic-sized, concentric colored spheres. In the mineral, the halo is always three-dimensional. Under the microscope, however, it looks flat. By taking a thin slice of the mineral through the center, we have effectively cut off the top and the bottom of the spheres and are thus left to view the halo as a series of three concentric rings under the microscope, as is illustrated in this animation sequence. According to all present scientific theories, granites, such as this specimen from Pikes Peak in Colorado, originated in a molten state, cooled, crystallized, and hardened over millions of years deep in the earth. But if that's the case, the radioactivity produced by polonium would never have been captured. It would have decayed away long before the rock solidified. The grains of polonium that made these radio halos were embedded deep in the granite. The element was there somehow when the rock was formed, but it could only form its radio halo after the rock had already hardened. And if polonium exists for only a few seconds or minutes, the implication has stunned all those who are willing to listen. Polonium radio halos indicate that the Earth's foundation rocks, the granites, were formed almost instantly. In fact, they are evidence that the granites had to be formed instantly. Scientifically, they cannot be accounted for in any other way.
David Gentry, son of Dr. Robert Gentry and associate in his father's work on creation.
We can demonstrate the principle of polonium radio halos. Imagine this Alka-Seltzer tablet is a bit of polonium, and this glass of water is a piece of molten granite. I drop the tablet in, and it begins to fizz. Think of these bubbles as the radiation emitted by that bit of polonium embedded in the granite. This fizz will go away in about 30 seconds, and we'll have nothing left but a slightly tangy glass of water. Now, is there any way we could preserve these bubbles as they are? We could try placing the glass in the freezer. The water, of course, would solidify after a while. That's something similar to what evolutionary theory suggests, that molten rock slowly cools to form granite. But as you've already guessed, freezing this glass of Alka-Seltzer wouldn't do any good. The bubbles will have gone long before the water turns to ice. And that's exactly what would have happened to polonium radiation if the granite had slowly cooled. It would have disappeared long before any radio halos could have been imprinted in the solid rock. If I show you a frozen glass of water with all the fizz of a tablet still intact, like this, you will know that something happened to instantly freeze the water. In this case, we merely froze it instantly in time by a pause of the videotape. Likewise, if we look at a radio halo demonstrated unmistakably to have been produced by a certain kind of polonium, we can know that the granite around it had to be formed instantly.
Alright, now if you see the video and they breaking it down, they found this element in granite, which granite is all over the planet Earth, and they showing that, look, it couldn't have formed over the millions of years that they're saying, because the isotope would have disintegrated by the time that the granite cooled, and it wouldn't have been there. Okay? So that's the granite you see in these rich people's houses, and you never take a second thought to look at it, how that granite is formed, because I used to work with granite or fine stone and different things like that in my gig. Used to be a tile setter. Okay, and a tile setter, we'd work with all types of different like fine stones, and granite used to be one of the top shelf, man. And I've seen beautiful pieces of granite. But I'm gonna go into these scripts and read out of the Bible, because we have to filter everything through these scriptures, man. It says precept must be upon precept, precept upon precept. So this is the book of Genesis 1 and verse 9, and it says, Salakia. And it says, this is Genesis 1 and 9, and it says, and Yahweh said, and the Most High said, let the waters, or let the powers, and the powers said, let the waters under the heaven be gathered together unto one place, and let the dry land appear, and it was so. Because we know the powers, we know Yahweh Shai and the angels are the ones that formed the creation. They got the plans from the Heavenly Father, and they formed it and made it happen. Okay, let me continue on reading. I want to go through these scripts and get the point out. This is the book of Romans. So we set the tone in Genesis how the land was formed. It was formed by the powers, man, the Elohim. All right, and this is the book of Romans. This is the book of Romans 1 and verse 20. This is Romans 1 and 20. I'll start at verse 19. It says, because that which may be known of the Most High is manifest in them, for Yahweh has showed it unto them. For the invisible things of him from the creation of the world are clearly seen, being understood by the things that are made, even his eternal power and Godhead, so that they are without excuse. But that which we know, says, but that when we knew the Most High, they glorified him not as the Most High, neither were thankful, but became vain in their imagination, and their foolish hearts were darkened. But the main point is in verse 20. It says, for the invisible things of him from the creation of the world are clearly seen, being understood by the things that are made, even his eternal power and Godhead, so that they are without excuse. So if we can look right now from the creation, we're being able, Esau through his so-called magnifying glasses and his work has clearly seen that, look, there has to be a power behind this thing, like granite. Okay, because Esau's coming in the mindset of, oh, he's doing it because he thinks he's of a child of God, and he's trying to, co-sign to the Bible because he thinks it has something to deal with him. Okay, but they don't realize they're just showing that the Most High is true, but he's giving us, the hopeful elect, the knowledge of saying, look, he's only dealing with us. He's only coming to save the Israelites. But this devil thinks that he's going to sneak up in there. But this is for us to see and look that, yeah, the Most High did create the land almost instantly, man. Because we know 1,000 years is one day, and one day is 1,000 years. So it didn't take no millions and millions of years, man. Creation didn't take that long, okay? But let me go through these scripts real quick. And like I said, I'll post a video for you Akim, to take a look at, man. And if you have something to add and go into, please, man. This is the book of Jeremiah 51 and verse 15. And it says, he hath made the earth by his power. He established the world by his wisdom, and has stretched out the heavens by his understanding. When he uttereth his voice, there is a multitude of waters in the heavens, and he causes the vapors to ascend from the ends of the earth. He maketh lightning with rain, and bringeth forth the wind out of his treasures. See? So the different, hey man, we can't understand and fathom the knowledge of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. All we can do is just marvel at it, man. When I seen this video, I was like, man, that's crazy. Because when you understand like isotopes and different things like that and how they break it down, then that shouldn't be there, man. And granite is all over the planet Earth. That the same evidence is shown in our hemisphere, also close to the equator, and all over the planet Earth. It's seen.